Where'd you get these pants? They're really nice.
I have had these since I was 4.
No way.
That'd be
dude.
crazy, dude. Can you imagine the fucking gorilla grip they'd have on my legs, dude? If I had those 4. That'd be crazy.
Oh, God.
Welcome to Second is the Best. Yeah?
This is a podcast. This is our first official. Should I say that?
Yeah, it is.
First official. We've done 2 of them in the past. Not as officially.
No.
Kind of as test
Unofficially,
trials.
you could say. You could even say unofficially if you wanted to.
Ben, do you want to break down the kind of the premise
Sure.
of this
So
podcast?
the idea of the show here is that we watch a film that famously does not have a sequel, and then we create a sequel in 40 minutes or less.
From our brains.
Right here, right now. We haven't talked about it at all. In fact, we just got done watching the movie, as you'll see here.
And we're off to get the pizza.
The only thing that's happening is the poop moving inside my body. I'll tell you that much.
She's pregnant.
Dude sucks at making films.
And I also hate Mark Wahlberg.
And there was a couple clips in there from what we were watching. You see that pizza? It was
We
good.
ate lots of pizza,
It was good. My belly.
and we're drinking beer.
And we were drinking some beers. I'm going to be honest about that. So, yeah, we watch a movie. We come up with a sequel on a spot right here for you to enjoy. Right here. Because we are going to do that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Um.
We love his brainstorming,
Mm-hmm.
and we love talking about stories.
Mm.
So I think this will be a fun little thing,
Test.
little test.
Test for me. So the first movie we watched, Tristan, would you like to tell us what movie we watched today? We just got done with.
We just watched the 2008 film by M. Night Shyamalan called The Happening. That's how I feel about that movie.
That's how M. Night felt when he was writing it. He's like, fucking, I don't fucking care. Just fucking do it. He's crazy. This guy's kind of a crazy cat. He's not like other directors or writers. He's unique. Okay, he's a spark.
He likes throwing out those little twists.
He was writing this movie and he was like, oh shit, something's happening. Oh shit. Oh.
There's the title. Oh, yeah.
We watched The Happening, 2008 film,
Hour 29.
starring Mark Ruffalo, starring Mark Wahlberg, Zoe Deschanel, a little girl. John Leguizamo's in it for like a half hour maybe,
And then he gets happening.
and then he happens. So spoilers for the movie, and like, whatever. If you haven't seen it, then
It's only got 17% on Rotten Tomatoes, so if you haven't seen it, that's probably an okay thing.
So just the basic plot of this is Mark Wahlberg is married to Zoe Deschanel. He's a teacher at a school. One day, all of a sudden, people start going crazy. There's 3 distinct steps. They start talking funny. They start doing weird stuff, and then they kill themselves in like whatever way that they can at that moment in time. So
They like to walk backwards.
that's a weird one.
When it starts happening, they stand still, and then they start walking backwards.
They're like, oh shit. Oh. They start hearing dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and they moonwalk. Yeah.
And they're like,
they hit the quan.
they're like, oh, oh.
That would have been actually hilarious if one person just started fucking getting dirty,
Well,
hit the Dougie or something.
Wait, though, out of the millions of people that got hit with The Happening, there's got to be at least one guy that was doing the moonwalk.
Yeah, and started moving forward.
And then he's like, oh.
They were
And he just starts walking.
They
like,
starts walking forward. There were people at a moonwalking competition in the audience like, this sucks. What are you doing? You're doing it the absolute wrong way. Michael would never do it like that. So yeah. Anyways, Mark Wahlberg, John Leguizamo work at a school. Mark Wahlberg is married to Zooey Deschanel. People start killing themselves. They think it's a terrorist attack, but it's not, or something. And it's only happening in the Northeast. So just like America's shoulder blade.
And it starts in Central Park.
Yeah. It starts
Which
in
is
Central Park. That's kind of like the thing, because after terrorist attacks, then they start to assume that it's plants. The plants are doing it. They're like, Mark Wahlberg's like, wow, this is crazy. There's plants. The plants are making everything. The plants are making me kill myself. What's happening? Honey, why did you talk to that guy? There's like a weird romance subplot happening. But the gist of it is Mark Wahlberg, Zooey Deschanel, in the world, there's plants that make the main characters want to kill themselves, or characters in general.
You sound crazy.
Dude, isn't it? It's like the weirdest.
This.
How? But the thing for me is it the plants? We don't know.
It
It's
never clearly
it's
defines
never clearly
that.
defined, because that's one of the themes of the movie. Wow, bees are going extinct. Why are they going extinct? Well, there's lots of ideas, but science never tells us. Hey, whoa, we're gonna go we're gonna go extinct too. We got to get out of here. That's my Mark Wahlberg.
He's doing a really good job. Mark Wahlberg sucked in this movie.
He was brutal. If you've never seen clips of this man in this movie,
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
this is a weird film because it all happens within a day, and then the next morning it's over and everybody's okay, and it is only in the Northeast. I don't know what happens. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be left like that, and then. So that's the basic plot of the movie. Whatever. You get it. People kill themselves. It's like an apocalypse that only happens for a day.
Yes.
The setup, there's a setup at the end of this film for a potential sequel. And it's
Well, let's talk about the characters. One after the morning or whatever, when it's done, it says 3 months later.
yeah.
So then it's just like Mark Wahlberg, Zooey Deschanel, and then this girl,
John Leguizamo's child.
Yes.
The friend of Mark Wahlberg has a daughter. He leaves her to go look for his wife. He ends up happening himself as the wife does, or the mother. So then Zooey Deschanel and Mark Wahlberg are the orphaned parents of this orphan. Yeah, then so it's 3 months later. Zooey Deschanel is preggies. She gets preggies in the post-credit kind of, or the epilogue type thing. And then the second epilogue is that we get taken overseas to Paris, France, or just France. I'm not sure if it's in Paris. And basically, it's like a repeat of the opening scene of the movie. And French people start happening themselves. So it's happening again in France now with foreign-speaking people. And so that's kind of where we jump in. This is now our task, is to create a beautiful, entertaining sequel to what is such a good movie. So, The Happening 2, and we'll decide on a nice, cool title for it too. But here's the idea for this show. We have 5 bullet points, and there might be 1 or 2 extra. I can't remember. I have them written down at home. I forgot the list. But I added some mid-movie here. We've got 5 kind of checkpoints or just checks, bullets that we want to hit when we're coming up with this movie in the next 40 minutes or so, right? So 9:28 now, 10:10 will be kind of our call it point.
Okay.
And we're doing this late, people. This is why we're burning the midnights. We're burning the midnight people.
Not people, but
Well,
gas.
it's happening.
Burning the midnight gas.
Burning the midnight oil.
Oh,
Oil. He has gas. He had too much sausage.
I had
pizza. I had blitzer. Okay, so the list is find a main character, which I think is going to be pretty easy in this one. Genre, are we sticking in the same genre? Also going to be pretty easy. Title, a 3-act structure, kind of a brief 3-act structure, and then new IP, new players, new places, who's playing these characters, that kind of thing, and settings and all that kind of jazz as well. So just making sure we can go through that list within the next 40 minutes or so. Let's start with main character. It's got to be Marky Mark again, right? I mean,
It's gotta be.
this is.
I don't want it to be French guy.
No, I know. It can't be a French guy.
No.
The setup is there for us to go to France, so we might as well take it there first, right? If that means that we move on from France right away, might as well. But here's my initial pitch. It's 3 months later, right? Marky and Zooey Deschanel are preggers with a baby. And then it cuts to France, and it fades to black and fades back in on France, right? So we don't know how long it's been since that 3 months later mark, right? So it cuts to that happening in France, and it cuts away to also in France, Marky Mark and Zooey Deschanel and the small girl. And he's like, wow, I'm so happy that I brought you here because you're pregnant. That's so awesome.
Yes.
And so
that
they're on
has to
vacay,
happen.
right?
That has to happen.
It like hard cuts to Marky Mark taking a picture of the Eiffel Tower. Wow, it's really big. It's almost as big as the Statue of Liberty, I think. I've never been. It's just going to be me doing an impression the whole time.
You guys don't even know how good that actually is. Like, he's so weird in this film.
He is bad. Weird bad. Like, weird bad. But who else is weird bad? Zoe.
Yeah,
She-
it's the script.
I mean, well, it's the casting, too, though.
Casting and the script.
Who put these people in this movie? This is not a role for Zooey Deschanel.
It feels like they literally just did one take.
Yeah.
And then M. Night Shyamalan was like, sure, let's just go ahead. Does he sound like that? Yeah, let's just go ahead, guys. That was good.
It actually sounds like, yeah, I think that was a good one. Let's actually continue. What?
And Mark Wahlberg was like, I want to go again.
yeah. Mark's like, yeah, M. Night, I felt great in that one. But could we maybe get another one? No, Mark, we have to keep moving.
No, let's just keep moving.
Mark,
I
if we
wanna
don't,
do it.
Mark, if we don't keep moving, I'm not going to be able to buy twist in. I only have so much time for the twist.
I only have an hour 29 in my doors.
Hour 20. If we go over an hour 29, I'm gonna freak out. So that's an easy starting point.
Yes,
think,
I like
yeah?
that.
Mark Wahlberg,
So-
Zooey Deschanel in Paris, France, hanging out because she's preggers. They're happy. You know,
I want to put in a little side note.
yeah.
Remember that there's a blonde girl in the very beginning in Central Park.
Yeah.
And she watches her friend take the knitting
Yeah.
and stab her neck or whatever.
Kills herself right in front of her.
But you
yeah.
never see her
Mm-mm.
kill herself. And what I was thinking, maybe we bring in the sequel. What if there's people that are immune?
Has to be, right?
Yeah. And maybe she is immune. Maybe she comes up.
Yeah.
Maybe she's in the beginning. Maybe she comes up
Mm-hmm.
at like the end and has like a solution because she you know.
I like this.
We'll just put that as a little side
I like
note.
that.
But I like that because what I noticed is she was a big actor. A big actor
Was
for
she?
being. Yes, I've seen her in Final Destination, I think.
I've never
so
seen
not
this girl
not
before.
not a
I've
big
never seen her.
not a
He's
big
going nuts.
not a
He
big
hasn't.
actress.
I've never.
but
this is not a big.
I
actress.
noticed her. I recognized her. And then she just
That being said, do you remember seeing like the superintendent character at the beginning of the movie too?
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller guy.
Yeah.
What the hell is that guy's name? It doesn't matter. He's awesome though, and he was in the movie for a scene, so it's the same thing. You know, he could also be.
He should come back. He's immune.
He should come back too. Oh, he's an immune as well.
Yeah.
I like this because I think what could happen is those maybe it's like a thing where it's like a task force where they come in because they know they're immune or something like that, right? And they like try, and this is like thinking way ahead of
Alan Ruck.
Yeah, he's great. He's in Succession and Ferris Bueller. What if like there's like a task force, like they find out that this thing is happening in France, and after like a bunch of people die or whatever, a big van comes rolling up and they break out the back doors, and it's a superintendent and that blonde lady, and they're like, okay, let's get to work, and they start going out, and it's like, whoa, what are you doing? And Mark Wahlberg's like, whoa, this is crazy. You're my boss. What are you doing here? Oh my God, you're a beautiful blonde woman. Sorry, honey. And like,
Oh my God, I thought you were dead.
yeah, holy shit, you must have died. Except you didn't, because you're right here. He they break out, and the blonde lady looks at the little girl, Jess, and is like, and maybe she like does some bullshit like this, and feels her and goes, "You're immune too." Like she just knows. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And maybe, okay, maybe something with like, I don't know yet, but since she was immune,
No.
she was able to protect Zoe
Ah.
and Mark at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Like
Wow.
just by touching them or some bullshit
Yeah.
like that. I see what you're saying.
Okay,
like that.
another player in this squad car could be our fucking grass guy.
Oh
They meet this
Oh yeah.
greenhouse guy, and he's like in love with his plants, and he's like
Yeah.
he's doing a bunch of bullshit about like,
You know, plants can really see each other and they can talk to each other and they really appreciate when you say them good things about them.
Oh my God, you're totally right. I've seen him do that before. And Zoe did shit, and I was like, that's great.
and he's like
You guys like hot dogs?
yeah.
You guys want any hot dogs? I love
my
hot
God.
dogs.
Oh my God, I haven't had a hot dog in like
They-
7 days.
they never. I was like so intrigued by that dialogue. They were talking. He was
There's
this
a lot of weird
greenhouse
dialogue in
guy.
this.
This greenhouse guy was talking about fucking hot dogs.
We're packing hot dogs for the road. You know, hot dogs get a bad rap. They got a cool shape. They got protein. You like hot dogs, right?
So here's what we've got so far. Taking place in France, in vacation in France. Plant guy comes back. Blonde chick from the intro comes back, who we don't even have a name for. And
Let me get a name.
superintendent character played by what's his face? What's his name? Superintendent character.
Alan Ruck.
Ruck. Come back as survivors and immune players. They are.
Blonde chick was in Cabin of the Woods. Have you seen that?
Oh, I
That's what I was fucking thinking of. She's also in.
Is she the cabin?
She's also in House of Cards.
Oh, is she Kevin Spacey?
No. Funny one, but no.
That's really funny.
Her name is Woman Reading.
Oh no, she's sitting next to woman reading. I thought. Oh, they're both reading. That's right.
Yeah.
So they show up as a task force to help save the day. But first, let's establish this first act. They're in France on vacay, right?
And since we don't have a timeline on when the France happening happens, then we should have it kind of planned where she's maybe another like 3 to 6 months into pregnant. So maybe she's
definitely.
like ready about to burst.
Oh yeah, she big belly.
She's ready about to burst. And we could use that in the third act. Like when shit is going down, she's getting busted.
Birth of the baby. Yeah, that's
She's-
good.
Okay.
She'd be like, that's actually hilarious. And
She'd be like,
it would work. It would work because of the ridiculous world that this takes place in anyways. That it would be like, Mark Wahlberg would be like, I'm so happy that we got to go to France. This is awesome. I know that you're pregnant, but it was really good that you were able to get on the plane anyways. And she's like, yeah, I was not feeling very safe about flying, because you're not supposed to fly when you're pregnant. I was not feeling very safe about flying with the baby. But yeah, it doesn't matter. You made it. And the baby's fine. Look, he's kicking right now. Wow, a soccer star. You know.
whoa. That's insane.
Well, it's Mark Wahlberg.
It's insane how you could do that.
I'm basing it on Andy Samberg's amazing impression of Mark Wahlberg. Please check it out. It's on SNL. So yeah, they're in France. They get word that the happening is happening again, right? They start freaking out, you know?
Okay, can we get a little... What are they in France for?
Well, they're on vacay.
So
celebrating.
they're just on vacay.
Yeah. They're seeing the sights. And maybe they're...
So maybe... Is the happening surrounding them? Is that why they're the main characters?
Oh, shit, fuck. Oh, shit. So maybe the strange mythical force mystical force is attracted to them for some reason
Yeah.
instead of like, that would be cray, dude.
That would be crazy.
That would be a good one. And it would work because that would be the twist. You guys are supposed to know that yet. That's going to be the
Yeah,
twist.
We'll cut it out until later.
No, we're going to keep it in. We'll keep it all in. You guys are with us to the end, baby.
Yeah.
So the happening is happening in France, and they're on vacay and seeing the sights, doing the tourist thing. Maybe they're going to other countries around France, Germany, Poland, other countries, Spain.
And you know what? I don't think there's a lot of grass there.
Yeah, we could do a thing where they end up in like the Alps or the Swiss Alps, and it's still happening, right? Not even near the plants.
No, what I'm saying is, I think, no, the plants. Like if they're in the city,
Yeah.
and they stay away from the parks,
Right.
it won't happen.
No, but what if it does? Because we don't know if it's the plants.
Fuck.
The scientist says that it could be the plants at the end of the movie, but we don't know. So what if that's the development of this movie, is that it's definitely not, right? We learn that it's definitely not.
Because how would it get across the
Exactly.
seas?
Oh, yeah, exactly. But that's the other thing. Like, if they're in the mountains and like, we got to be safe here. There's no plants. And then it's the rocks, and then someone gets taken. Someone important should die in this one. What
Zoe.
if an additional conflict happens where the evolution of the toxin now has caused it where you don't only kill yourself, but you take one extra person with you.
That complicates it a lot.
That
Ben.
complicates it. That makes it really complicated and heavy. But we're not going into scenes or breakdowns or anything like that. We're just going nice and overviewistic. And that's the idea. So let's check back in with this. We have our main character. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So the first one really leaves it open.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think in the sequel we have to explain it a little bit more.
I like that, because then we get to give kind of a
We can give
our own spin on it.
Yeah.
Huh. I like that a lot. We have our main character. We have our genre. We kind of have some conflict. That's one that I added. I forgot about conflict until just now. New IP. I mean, we've got settings, right? New places. I think it would be fun if they went to like touristy places, like someone jumps off the Eiffel. Let's talk about deaths too.
People are gonna be fucking falling off.
Let's
the
talk
Eiffel
about
Tower.
deaths, because deaths are like the only maybe good thing about The Happening. Is like some of the deaths in the movie are fun, right? Like the lady sticking the sewing, their knitting needle in her neck, the guy getting run over by the lawnmower.
That was the best one.
It was.
That was
it
amazing.
He starts a lawnmower and he just lays down and lets it take him.
The one where they're in a Jeep and there's a little crevice in the and
John Leguizamo's death.
Yep. And he drives the Jeep into a tree. He launches himself. And then John Gwen Coenco's comes out and he takes some glass and he's
He
like,
kills himself.
Yeah,
I like the stuff at the construction site early in the movie.
So like that's seriously what I'm saying. What was that? Oh, that one?
That Tuber Duber was one out. Bro, I was just looking.
What?
Bro, I was just looking.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey died.
Are you serious?
She happened herself, bro.
Orba.
Orba.
Orma.
Orma. Swarma.
Orma. No. I was just thinking on my little ride down there to get the lights. I was thinking, damn, this one, it's a hard, like it's great that M. Night Shyamalan left it so open. That definitely helps us for this kind of environment, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But also makes it hard because we have to do the kind of the heavy lifting.
Piggy, yeah. M. Night did not give us a hand on this.
No.
Well, I mean, how much fun would it be if we were like, okay, guys, we just watched Madagascar and we're thinking about a sequel. It takes place in Africa. Just recite the sequel word for word. Bless you.
Beer, that pizza.
Beer and pizza make my body go raka rata.
Okay, refocusing.
Refocus. That's true. I'll give us an extra 5 minutes because that's what it took, but we've got 25 minutes.
Oh my God.
We gotta go.
Okay.
Mark Wahlberg, Zooey Deschanel in Paris, France. They're hanging out. They go to all the sites. Okay, they go to Paris.
So that means
They go
the
to-
squad has to show up in the first act.
But
like in the end of the first
what
act.
What are they doing though? Do they have like syringes full of their blood that they're injecting into people? Like how are they fighting this airborne disease? Do we even want to do that? Should it be a full squad? Because are they attacking anything? It should be one person is immune, I think.
It should be the baby.
Yeah, the baby.
The baby should be immune, dude.
Yeah, the baby should be immune. Frick. But the baby's not out.
No.
Well, what if it's the baby is born? What if it's that far in the future that the baby's been born already? So it's like 10 months from
How would a baby
end of the
happen
first one.
itself anyways?
No, but yeah, it's true. That's dark, bro.
That's so dark. Okay. Fucking forget it.
Wah wah. Jumps into the water.
Whoa,
Oh my god. A water bottle. So what if it's the baby? Here's what I'm thinking.
No, or it's the little girl.
Yeah,
Yes.
it could be the little girl. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah. It would make more sense in this.
She's already a developed character.
Yeah.
And that helps. But I do think we should talk about who's going to play this baby. I think that it should probably be Dennis Quaid, but we'll get back to it.
We'll get back to that.
Um,
Okay, I really like the idea of Jess being
the chosen one.
The chosen one.
Yeah. And I think the disease should take over most of Europe this time, because if like you're thinking about it, if it's going to be an evolved version of the thing from the first one, it's going to grow to the point, and like most of Western Europe, everything west of like Kyrgyzstan and Afghanistan, stuff like that, Russia, is not that much bigger than the Northeast is. Yep. So that'll work out. Damn! Crack it down! Shoot! 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 You snapping? So I'm thinking, France, Spain, Germany. What are some famous landmarks in these places where people could kill themselves? I think, what if it ended, right? So France, because all that is mainland, France, Germany, Spain, and stuff. What if they escape to the UK? Because that's also over a sea of some kind, right? So they think they'll be safe there, and then something happens. I don't know what.
Really bad at geography, so I don't know.
So if we're looking at it this, if we're looking at it like this,
No, I know, but like, what are I don't know the geographical things that are there.
Oh,
Like Eiffel Tower, jump off that shit.
Yeah.
Anything high. Really, anything high you can just jump
high.
off.
I'm thinking about like Stonehenge.
How would you kill yourself?
I don't know. What if a bunch of people helped one person kill themselves and pushed it all over like dominoes onto one guy? Splat.
That's crazy.
So stupid. That's hilarious.
M. Night Shyamalan at his desk. Oh, fuck. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit. Wait a minute. That actually is exactly what's going to happen. What about like the Easter Island heads? Where is Easter Island? Is that out there? Yeah, maybe do a quick Google on that. Germany, what does Germany have? Nothing. The Belgian Wall. What is that called? The Berlin Wall. Belgian Wall. Mr. Gorbachev. It has the remnants of the Berlin Wall, so maybe they eat the concrete from the wall. I don't know. We got to think about fun ways for these guys to look up. What if I do
Easter Island? Ben, Easter Island is closest to South America.
Oh damn, we were way off.
You are way off.
We were both way off. Tourist attractions in Europe. That's what I'm looking up right now. I just want to know what kind of cool stuff we could make people do. Oh, in Italy, we totally forgot about Italy. That's a place that can get trapped too. So like happened too. So like like in Venice, where they are sailing in the channels of Venice, the rowboats.
Yeah.
It could be like something like that where they're rowing and they have to go underneath the bridges sometimes, and he just rows really fast into a bridge.
That's crazy.
It just kind of clips him.
If I don't know if there's motor boats there.
Probably.
I feel like there would be some boats with motors. You could just have people just jumping into the motor.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I thought you were gonna say we see a guy dressed up in one of those like iconic Venice rower boat outfits, right? One of the guys that sings as they're rowing, because it's like a romantic thing. But he's got like a fucking big motor and he attaches it to the boat, and then he stands up and lets the boat take him right through that bridge.
That could work too.
Yeah, that's actually good too.
Is there anything cool we could do with the Coliseum?
Yeah, we got to think about the Coliseum. Maybe just bros fighting. Like that could be funny. like maybe it's just guys fighting.
Instead of like, hey, I'm gonna fight you because I want to kill you. No, I'm gonna fight you because I want you to kill me. And they just keep fighting,
Yeah. right.
Hey, it's happening.
It's
the
happening.
Sequel. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
And what if we just cut out all of the main characters and just make it about the cool deaths?
We have to have a little bit.
We have to have the main characters. So the exposition so far. Here's how I think we find out that Jess, the little girl, in case you lost the trail from the first one, is the chosen one. They leave her in like some kind of, they home alone her kind of to an extent, right? They leave her in a public space that gets happened, right? And they're like, oh, fuck. And they finally catch up to wherever she is, right? And they go to the area, whether it be like, a big park or some kind of a thing like the park right outside the parking lot of like Big Ben in the UK or something like that.
Yes. That'd be a great place.
Yeah. Someone gets stabbed by one of the big arms on Big Ben. That's one of the deaths. But one of these places and there's a bunch of dead bodies, and in the middle of the...
Oh, Ben, I have a good one. Death.
Okay.
They go up to the Big Ben, and they get in to where all the gears are, and they sneak into the gear, and
the
they're...
gears is good. Yeah. Oh my God, that was accurate sound.
They get crunched
Holy
up.
shit, that sound was awesome. I mean, awful.
I mean, awful.
I mean, it was bad. What was I saying? Oh, the little girl. We find out that she's the chosen one because in the middle of this group of dead bodies, right, where the happening has happened, she's there like crying or something like that. She's not dead. She hasn't killed herself. And he's like, whoa, this is crazy. How come you're still alive? That's awesome. But I mean, like, how are you still alive? You should be dead. I mean, not that I want you to be dead, but like, what's going on? And then they go, and then they find out who there should be a scientist. Maybe they do run into the grass guy again, though, or the plant guy. Someone needs to tell them that she's the chosen one, right?
Maybe forget the blonde chick in the beginning.
Yeah. Fuck that, dude.
Who fucking cares?
Oh, me.
But the fucking grass guy, he needs to show up.
I like that
for
guy.
sure.
Definitely.
Because he's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He's unhinged, but he just might be right about things.
He just might be right about it.
Yeah.
Like they find out, like, so maybe it happens right there.
Okay, but why is he in France though?
I don't know. Why are Mark Wahlberg and whatever in France? It doesn't have to make that much sense. It could be one line of dialogue and they
We
throw it away.
might get to that too.
That's
yeah.
true.
Okay.
So like they're there and Mark Wahlberg is like, "Wow, why aren't you dead? This is crazy." And then you hear, "Maybe I could help." And they turn around and he's there in like a tourist outfit or whatever like that. He's like says some bullshit like, "I was able to escape with my life when the military man started shooting everyone and himself." Whatever, right? And he's like, let me see you. And like or something. And he touches her, like puts a microscope on her, and he's like, "Yup, she's a plant, all right." She's something like that. I don't know. He finds out that she's immune. I don't know how he does it. Microscope, a blood test, some kind of a witchcraft buffoonery. It doesn't matter. This movie is ridiculous anyways. I think it's funny if she's got some kind of plant DNA within her. Oh,
We never meet Mark Hamill's wife. She dies in Princeton.
Jesus Christ. We never meet Mark Campbell's wife.
What's his
John
fucking name?
Leguizamo.
That's too much information, dude.
The
Okay.
man's name.
We never meet his wife, so maybe she's half plant.
Oh, fuck. Maybe it could be something like that, though. Yeah, she gets the gene from the mom who's dead. So, well, but we don't see her die. So maybe she gets killed when someone else is trying to kill themselves, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe like the first...
Like Smile.
Maybe like the first part of... Yeah, sure. Yeah, just like Smile. Maybe the first...
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, we watched it in Colorado together, remember?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
What were you talking about?
Maybe the first scene that we see in the movie is the mom getting killed by someone else, right? And and then that's kind of like a setup of some kind, like, oh, she didn't die by her own hand?
She didn't?
That's crazy. What does that mean? And then we find out later in the movie, your mother carried the gene of not being able to die by happenings.
Oh. So the immune people, if there's happening around them, they just have to be careful of other people happening them.
That's hilarious.
That's good,
Yeah,
dude.
that's funny.
Because
it's like a Mr. Magoo situation.
no, that is
I figured he did.
okay.
Blind guy that walks into things and comes out unscathed.
Oh yeah.
Funny.
Okay. Yeah.
Funny.
So if you're immune to happening yourself, but you can be happened by other people.
Yeah. So there's still there's
still a scary
it's like when
elements.
you're driving home on a Friday night, sober as a duck. Ducks don't drink.
Oh, but other man
Man
on Friday night might be drinking.
be drunk as a...
Oh, fuck.
So that's the idea, is like
Okay.
happenings are happening around the people that are immune. And the only person that's immune is this girl, right? That's kind of what we're landing on.
Yeah.
So that's the idea of the movie. Right now, it's 10:04. We've got 10 minutes. Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Let's get a solid structure going. We're just 3 acts. First act, in France, happening starts happening again. We see people dying in France, specifically. The family goes to, let's say Italy next, right? So we can do that fun stuff in Venice. And they're like, and then it's just a bunch of filler bullshit like the first movie, where they're like, why is this happening? I don't know. It's happening again, though, isn't it? Yeah, it is. But it's okay because there's no grass here in Venice. And then, they end up getting killed again because there's no plants there, but it's happening there too. Oh my God, what is happening? Oh,
Because
no.
it's the plants, but it's also carried by the wind.
Right. It's
Yeah.
the wing. And then maybe somewhere in Italy is where it happens, where we find the plant guy comes
Plant
back.
guy comes in.
Because then that's the start of Act 2. is
Plant
when he
guy
shows
comes
up
in to save the day right as the second happening is happening
in Venice.
in Venice, and they're about to fucking die, and the man is like,
Come with me, and I am a grass man.
Maybe he's like, oh, maybe they leave the girl somewhere, and as they're about to die, the grass man saves them, and they're like, oh, thank you so much for saving us. We gotta go find Jess. We lost her a while ago. You mean this girl? And he like has her with him. And he's like, I found her amongst dead bodies. She's the chosen one. And that, and that's kind of the thing, right? Because then we don't have to find the whole thing. Whoa, she's a chosen one. What does that mean? We have to get her to the UK embassy in London, England. And that's the kind of road they go on Act 2. So they start, and that's the thing. And then we start to learn that happening people are trying to take out other people just on their way down, I think, right? Like, it's evolved enough where it's like, you hear it on the radio, like, because in the fucking first movie, radios and TVs and shit work, and there's people on the air constantly being like, well, this is happening in these states. That's awesome. So, like, now we're hearing on the radio, these people are trying to kill other people now. It's part of the disease.
It's because it's like, it's evolved and it's spreading even more.
Yeah. It's part of the disease now. And so then they go to, like, another place before England, right? They have to travel through Spain or something, right? More happens in Spain. Maybe on their adventure they meet
the
more
Basilica
people.
de la Macarena Sangre Felina.
What if in Spain they're with like another group of people, right? Like in this one, how they kind of swap through people, right? And they've got Plant Guy with them, but there's like 2 more people, and they're in Spain, and they find a place that they can maybe take some solace. And they knock on the door, and the barrel of the gun comes sticking out the door again.
Throwback.
There's like a crazy scene in the first one where a guy just starts murdering people in a
children.
group. Yeah, like teenagers.
The 2 children of the movie get shot with a shotgun.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And it literally all you see is a fucking barrel come through the fucking shutters.
That's the callback, the one callback, I think, to the first movie.
Yep.
That's really important. Having that guy be, I've been vacationing. And I love that the theme of the movie is that people from the first one are just vacationing overseas. It's
No.
hilarious to me.
No, the guys with the shotguns, they moved to Europe after this happened in the
We
US.
moved here because we didn't want to be a part of that no more.
Oh my God.
And then they blast, a couple of people in the face. So third act, let's figure out what really goes down here character wise. Actually, rewind just a second. The people that get blasted, pick a fun actor that they pick up on the way from Italy to Spain, ultimately going to London, right? But they die in Spain, the famous actor. Who would be a good fit for this movie?
Edward Norton.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like, he's pretty well known, but he's like, you'd get fucked.
He would get fucked. Yeah, I know that, man.
Zoom in on this
For
guy
all
right
you
here.
viewers at home, there he is.
He would get shot, dude.
Yeah, he'd get fucked up. What if it was like Edward Norton and Jason Segel?
They're like brothers or something.
Yeah. Edward Norton and Jason Segel from How I Met Your Mother fame. He's so funny. Yeah, they're brothers and they get fucked up in Spain. Yeah, that's awesome.
Damn.
Okay, third act. This is the conclusion. We're in London, England. We're closing in on Big Ben, but now it's become evidently clear that people are trying to kill just other people in general, right? Other happened people that aren't happened. How are Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel staying safe from everything? Maybe they have gas masks on.
Yeah. Yes, I was thinking about that. Gas masks are a plus.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then it could even be like one scene where...
Oh, I know how they get them.
Okay, well, there's like one scene where Jess, the little girl, has a little gas mask, a little baby gas mask, on. and she's
like flowers on it.
she got lost in the crowd, and it's the first time that she thinks she's gonna die because everyone else is happening, and she's sitting there, and she's so scared, and she takes it off because she just wants it to be over with, but then she doesn't get happen.
What if it's this?
Okay,
and that's the same thing. What if we don't see any of that? But what if before plant guy rolls up with her, right, to Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel. What if Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel go back to the spot where they've lost her, and they find the mask?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
amongst the dead bodies, and they're like, no, my baby. And this is what I see happening is when Plant Guy shows up to save the day as the other people, and this is when we first discover that people are trying to kill other people too, right? Whoopsies. This is when we first discover is because they're trying to kill Zooey Deschanel and Mark Wahlberg, right? And then that's when Plant Guy intervenes, right? And he rolls up and he gets out of his van or whatever, and he's got a gas mask on, so you don't know who it is right away until he rips it off, and you're like, oh, it's the guy.
Dude, okay. This is not part of the anything we need to discuss, but posters. Fucking gas mask on. That's the thing with the sequel is like fucking people get smart and they put on fucking gas masks.
Our main characters do.
Yeah.
The plant guy has become just obsessed with this happening, right?
Yeah.
Since he escaped the first one. And he's equipped with gas masks and bio-war weapons and whatever. So they roll into London with their gas masks on, and they're taking the little girl, to the UK embassy to try and save the day. I don't know. To make it's like The Last of Us or anything else where there's ever a chosen one. Get her blood to make a cure so that it doesn't happen anymore, so they can bomb the skies with this thing and make a airborne toxin to fight the bad toxin.
Yep.
Right? And I think there should be like a big showdown of some kind in London, right? Or some kind of a like a zombie mob that tries to kill them or something. What do you got?
What if this is the final showdown?
Mm-hmm.
Grassman turns.
Oh,
Grassman turns and he tries to kill everyone.
That's great.
Because
he gets obsessed. He's like obsessing over the toxin so much at this point, right?
And he's almost like, I want to smell it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good, dude.
Grassman toxin he becomes Toxin Man. He comes from Plant Man to Toxin Man.
Oh my god.
But yeah. He it's like the type of thing where they're almost there, right? Like they're in the parking lot going in, and Mark Wahlberg's there. Come on, what are you waiting for? Why aren't you coming with us anymore? Wait, why are you facing the other way? Where's your face? And he turns around and his mask is already off. Yeah.
I just want to taste.
Yeah, he's facing the other direction from Mark Wahlberg, and it's like an over-the-shoulder shot of Mark Wahlberg watching him, and then he starts walking backwards towards Mark Wahlberg.
Why are you doing that?
Oh my god.
What are you doing? Oh my god, what are you doing?
Oh my god, why are you walking like that? I've never seen you walk like that before in my life. Wait a minute. Does this mean...
Dude, that's so good.
Yeah, that's excellent.
And then he maybe like, what if he kills Jess?
Oh shit, dude!
With the baby, I don't know.
No, you mean Zooey Deschanel?
I meant Zooey Deschanel. I meant Zooey Deschanel.
You call her Jess because of New Girl.
Oh, okay. So what if? Yes, I did.
Yes, he did.
What if he kills Zooey Deschanel with the baby?
He kills her with a baby.
Well, she has a baby inside of her.
Whacks her upside the head with a baby.
No.
Yeah.
And so then Mark.
That's his name.
And maybe Mark Wahlberg lives, but he lives with Jess. So he has to like pretend like he's the daughter. No. She.
What are you talking? I know what you're talking about. That's crazy, dude. The daughter. No, yeah, I like that. I mean, that's basically what they're doing.
Someone has
already.
to die.
No, I know. I agree.
Someone important has to
I
die.
agree. I do think that it should be Zooey Deschanel. If it's not
Mark.
No. The little girl, Jess.
No, she's immune.
I know.
She cannot be.
But then it sets up the third one.
Oh no. We
don't do setups on this show.
No, we don't do setups on this show. That would not be right.
You're right. Because then it would be an unending cycle.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, so yeah, I think Zooey Deschanel should die. But how does she die? Does she get happened by the plant man, or does he rip her mask off and then she? Oh shit, dude! What if she? Oh, this is dark. What if he rips her mask off, right? And she feels fine at first, and then the camera pans down, tilts down, and you see rumbling happen in her belly. And it's the baby that's been happened. And the baby kills her from the inside, right? Because the baby kills itself and then also kills her. That's dark.
That's so dark, but M. Night Shyamalan would.
He would do that.
He would do something like that.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, he's done it.
And what?
Wow, he kills babies all the time.
What?
Yeah, he's known for it.
He kills babies all the time.
Okay, I think she should die. Do you like the baby kill her death action, or do you think it should be more
Either way,
straight up and down?
Either way, the baby
No,
can't survive.
That's right.
Oh,
Oh, but what if it's like one of those things like in Star Wars or even in The Walking Dead where she's like in the middle of giving birth, and that could add some extra conflict to the end of this thing.
I think that was the whole point of like having her pregnant towards the end.
She's in the middle of giving birth as the plant man is attacking, right? And Mark Wahlberg, the action star that he is nowadays, has to protect his family from the plant man. But he doesn't do a great job because the plant man ends up getting Zooey Deschanel, who just before passing away slowly has the baby, right?
Yeah.
And then now Wahlberg's got two little girls.
Oh,
I imagine it being a girl. Baby
yeah.
girl.
It's gotta be two girls. Mm. Girl dad.
It's girl dad. Wow. Wow, my wife is dead. I've got a baby and a little daughter. This is crazy. This is huge. Wait, let me check my baby. Oh my God, it doesn't have a penis. Oh my God, it's another girl. This is huge.
It's fucked, bro. It's fucked how good you do it.
What can I say? I've just been watching Mark Wahlberg since I was a baby. This is huge. How does a plant man kill her? Let's wrap that up before we get this thing in the can.
Grassman killer.
I like that I'm calling him the plant man and you're calling him the grass man.
You've been saying plant man?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was saying grass man and then I switched it to plant man.
He puts a bunch of hot dogs in her down her mouth. He's been talking about hot dogs that whole time.
So it comes back around.
Yeah, it comes back around.
It's a setup in the first movie. Do you remember how I love hot dogs?
He says that. He's like, do you remember how much I like hot dogs?
We're running out of time, so let's fucking go with it.
Yeah.
How about that?
He
kills her with hot dogs.
He kills her with hot dogs, and then maybe he's like
carving.
He's knifing open a hot dog bun, and he's like, oh no, and he does it with his neck.
Oh, then he kills himself after killing her. You don't think Wahlberg should get the last laugh in and kill him somehow?
Oh,
because then that like kind of completes a character arc for him too, where it's like
I just thought about Grassman killing Zoe with fucking hot dogs.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's insane.
It's too late. We've
we
put it in
have
print.
to do that. Mark kills Grassman with fucking.
Maybe he pushes him off of Big Ben. Let's use Big Ben as a sweet ass fucking.
They climbed up there.
Yeah, moment for this. And maybe while Zoe's dying with hot dogs in her mouth.
No, Zoe's dead.
But the baby has to be born still.
No.
Oh.
Baby was born.
Oh.
Mark has a baby in hand. Zoe dies.
As he's fighting.
And then, then he has to run away with Jess.
Yeah.
And they run up the tower somehow.
Yeah.
That happens. And Grassman is after them. It's weird.
Oh. This is where the gear death happens.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep. And they're up there and they're, you can't do this. And Grassman's just talking nonsense.
Yeah, he's saying the same thing over.
Hot dog, big boy.
Footlong dog inside your wife's mouth.
Yes, just nonsense.
Why do you keep saying that? Oh my god!
Oh my god, what the?
Oh my god! You keep saying that. I can't believe we're up here.
And then Grassman does one big lunge at him,
Yeah.
and he's like, right.
Yeah,
And he
swipes
and
him.
He swipes him into the gear.
Gear,
And he
yeah.
gets chopped
Crunch.
up.
Yes, I love that.
Okay.
Okay, and then from there they take Jess to the embassy, and it's like a montage of some kind where they make a serum out of her blood, and they bomb
Oh.
Europe. They release like a some type of a device that releases the airborne virus from the sky, so then it just it can't happen anymore, right? And maybe like one of the last things we see as it's happening, the happening is like people turning, right? And before they can kill themselves, the dust particles fall over them. Yeah. And then they're like, huh?
What did I do?
Yeah. Where did I get this?
Where did this gun come
Oh my god. I've never really wanted a gun before. Now I do.
I don't want to die.
Yeah. He starts crying. He starts crying.
No.
And then that's the end. Right?
Yeah. No,
They
then,
go back
then,
home.
okay. Then we got to do a flashback. No, not a flashback. We got to do a callback 3 months later.
Mm.
It's Marky Wall
Marky Walls.
with his newborn
Yeah.
and Jess. And
Yeah.
she, by now, she's old enough to take
Oh.
care of the baby.
And the baby girl's name is Alma.
Or
Delma.
Delma. We never know what it is.
I have no idea what the woman's name is. Zoe.
It could be a grass man.
They named the baby Zoe Deschanel.
They named the baby grass man.
For all his hard work.
No, they named the baby Delma
Or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, and they're home. Maybe we flash forward even further into the future to really solidify that this story is over.
Yeah.
It's like
I just
7
said,
years.
Yeah,
in the
I just
future.
said
No, yeah. Because it's a
3
good
months
callback,
because
yeah.
whatever. You do 3 years.
7 years.
Okay, 7 years.
Almost like a
Okay, random number. That doesn't make sense in the series, but okay.
a 7's never come up before, so I don't know why you would even say that. So stupid. Yeah, I think she's a kid. The baby's a baby, and Jess is grown up, and she's in like high school. She's in his class, Mark Wahlberg's class.
He's a high school teacher.
and like he's teaching the bee thing again, and then like
Oh, and the bees came back.
yeah, the bees come back, and that's the last shot. Is like Mark
That's the last
Wahlberg
shot.
standing on a porch drinking coffee, and a bee comes flying into frame, and he looks at it, and it flies.
No, okay, no. This one needs to be. He's talking about.
I thought that was pretty poetic.
It is no, but he can talk. He's like he's
Yeah.
doing a whole monologue about how the bees have come back.
Yeah.
And then as he's doing that,
Ah.
it pans down to his desk. And
Mhm.
on his desk, you see a picture of Delma
Delma's
or Elma.
Delma's dead body with hot dogs.
No.
He went back and got a picture. They
No,
were on a vacation.
in the picture, she's at New York and she's eating a
Yeah.
hot dog.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
No. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like their wedding picture, which they show briefly in
Yep.
the first one.
The wedding picture.
Call back.
Oh.
Okay, so briefly, very briefly, the 3 acts are Mark Wahlberg and Zoe Deschanel go on a vacation where the happening happens again. Quickly, they find they lose their new daughter, adopted daughter, and think that she's dead. They're about to be killed by a happening man, which is the first time that this has happened, until Grassman saves them with
A gas mask.
a gas mask, and Jess is there too, the adopted daughter. He's like, I saved her. She's the chosen one. And they're like, whoa. And so then they go on a cross-country journey across Italy and Spain and Germany all the way to the UK. Along the way, they meet crazy characters. Who are the actors we picked again?
Edward Norton
and Jason Segel, who both die on the journey. And eventually, they end up in London to get Jess's blood to a hospital.
Somewhere along the way, they hear like on the radio.
Yeah,
because there's a bunch of fucking radios on this fucking.
They can just do that.
And they hear a bunch of radios like, get to the Big Ben Tower. That's where we have help. Give us a vaccine.
Give us a vaccine. Yes, there's someone on the radio being like, if you give me your blood, I'll be able to make a vaccine with it. I promise.
Exactly. Or maybe
yeah.
Maybe it says something like there has been immune people, but they haven't survived.
Right. Yeah. That's it. And then they go to London. Yeah.
Yep. They go to London.
What happens when they're there?
And when they're in London, and they're about to get into the final destination, the Grassman takes off his mask and he breathes in and he's like, I just wanted to taste it. And he turns and it happens to him. And he runs up and he goes to Zoe and he's like, you better eat all these hot dogs. No, okay. And leading up to this, she's been giving birth. She's been giving birth. And she's about to have the baby, and he's stuffing hot dogs down her mouth. And she has the baby, and Mark is like, oh, my baby. And then she fucking dies because she can't breathe.
Right.
All the hot dogs.
All hot dogs bonking.
And the Grassman's like, I'm going to kill him next.
Mm-hmm.
And they run, and they have to get to the...
They're just trying to escape him.
They're trying to escape him at this point. So and they run up the Big Ben Tower, and Mark Wahlberg swipes him off. And he gets crushed in the gears. Final epic death scene.
It's a good death.
4K. And
4K.
and then they finally make it.
And then they get back down and they make a vaccine with the blood, and they release the antidote across Europe and the world. And then we flash forward into the future, and everybody's happy, and the bees are back, and Mark's a teacher again. Wow. This is the greatest subject I've ever taught. Remember when I was in a big deadly virus, guys? You don't, because you were babies. But you're not anymore. You're grown-ups. You survived it, just like me. And my daughter, she's here. And she's like, Dad. And it fades to black on a picture on the desk.
Of Dumma.
What is the name of this movie? The Happening 2. It should be something about Europe. Something about a vacation. It could just be the Happening 2. It happens again.
It happens across the pond. It happens. No, the happening across the pond.
The happening. Your eyebrow twitched like. That happens. The happening across the pond. The happening.
Or we don't say anything about it.
Yeah.
And we say the happening. It happens again.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good.
I
mean, it does.
it happens again.
What if it's the happening happens again?
Yeah.
Like but the happening happens again.
Yep.
Bang!
That's it, dude.
I think we did it. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
And I'll tell you what.
M. Night Shyamalan, hit us up. We're gonna
don't hit us up. It's been 14 years. Nobody wants to see that shit anymore. Mark Wahlberg's old as fuck. You can't make a sequel to that now. It's been 16 years.
I would disagree. I think I would love it.
First of all, thank you very much for watching. Second of all, the second truly is the best, I think, in this case. This movie is way better.
Well, this is way better. Because it leans into the absurdity.
Yeah.
And it's not trying to like...
Well, it's going to take itself seriously.
Yeah.
It has to. That's the genre.
No, for sure. That's what I meant. Just say.
1, 2, 3. If you're watching this, please leave a comment about what movie that doesn't have a sequel needs one. I think that'll be fun, right?
Yeah. And we can figure one out.
We'll take your suggestions. We might not do them, but if it's a good one, maybe.
But might as well
throw your hat in the bucket. Throw your hat in the bucket.
The can.
Throw your can at my feet. I'll take it out. Throw your can at my feet. I'll take it out to the trash.
I don't know.
Got nothing?
I got nothing.
Wow. How about this? Let's give our movie a Rotten Tomatoes score.
Ooh, it literally popped up in my head. 36.
Wow. That's better.
Better. Second is the
Not
best.
exactly. No. Yeah, it would be. It's over halfway better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Than the Rotten Tomatoes score.
What would you score it?
I was gonna go right around there. I was gonna say 41, just because I think the death in the gears is gonna be really nice.
You could, and the thing is, there was no main villain in the first one.
Now there is.
At least with the second one, you get a familiar face, and he turns into a villain.
Yeah.
Ooh, with a great death scene.
Excuse me?
Ooh,
What's that?
the gears.
Oh.
Crushing him.
All right. Thanks for watching. It was the best. I'm glad that you came. Anyways, I'm going to get back to my class. Oh my God. My wife's still dead. Oops. I came too. I just came in my pants. Try Wahlburgers. It's a great place to eat. There's one in the Mall of America.
What? I would never.
Who is that?
Mark Wahlberg. It's not as good.
Bye.
Bye.